We've learned really quickly that fly fishing can be so overwhelming. So from a beginner's perspective, these are 5 things that you should focus on when you are starting your fly fishing journey.
The first of 5 things a beginner should focus on when fly fishing, and I would say arguably this is probably the number 1 thing, and it's casting, right? You gotta get your flies out there, you gotta make them look presentable. I mean, you just gotta get them out to the fish, right? We're out in the West, so in California specifically, and there are 2 types of casts most people focus on out here. Actually, really only 1, and that's gonna be a roll cast. That was a crappy one, ignore that one.
Remember, we said we're beginners.
We're beginners, so, you know.
But you'll believe us now.
Give us some grace.
Dude, your bobber went down. No, it didn't. I lied, I lost it.
Don't joke like that.
Sorry, I lost it.
Oh, hello. Hang on. They didn't want to talk. I was trying to be friendly and give them a warning because there's a boat coming.
Yeah, there's a big boat. That's gonna make a wake. Oh, get ready.
So casting, find what works in your area and get really good at that cast. Along with casting, oh geez, as a freaking wind, headwind ruined that cast.
Any bad cast, it's because of the wind.
It's always because of the wind.
That's a little sub tip.
Yep. Along with casting, you need to learn how to present your flies.
Oh, there you go. What is that, stick?
Yeah, I think that's a stick. False alarm, false alarm. If you're new to fly fishing, your flies gotta look natural in the water when they're drifting. If you have any drag on your line, on your bobber, it's not gonna look natural to the fish. So you want to work on creating a drag-free drift, which is pretty much mending your line so the current doesn't drag your line one way or the other and make the drift look unnatural. I'd say honestly the best thing that's helped our casting is getting out into water so you can feel how the water pulls on the fly, how you can load the line properly. But once you get your basic form down, get out into the water.
Is this dang boat coming back?
And start practicing your casting.
If casting is the most important thing to learn as a beginner, I would say the second most important thing is learning to read rivers, so reading water. Spencer and I are obviously still learning ourselves. Spencer knows way more about it than I do. But when we say reading water, what we mean is learning where fish like to be. So fish like low energy spots. They like to be in slow water where food comes to them, where they don't have to use a lot of energy to stay there, to get food, whatever it might be. That was a terrible cast. So when it comes to understanding where fish are, there's a couple different types of water that we look for. We look for seams, so where fast and slow water come together. Spencer, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's good.
We look for pockets. So pockets are gonna be behind or in front of?
Yeah, I guess in front
any,
of too.
I'll say obstruction in the water. So typically you'll see like a big rock. Fish love to hang out behind that.
I think you got a stick.
Did I?
Oh, it came loose.
I'll tell you,
There's a bunch of sticks out here.
I think I'm the best stick catcher in the game. There's pools, so that's deep water. Fish like to hang out there. I think for Spencer and I, with pools, you have to get your fly really deep. So we're still working on those.
We have a guest.
Oh, we got 2. Hi, guys. And the last type would be riffles. So when we say riffles, typically it's going to be like a bunch of rocks where that water level is like a little bit lower, and it just creates that riffle, if I'm saying that correctly. Now, I'm sure there's also many other types of good spots for fish to hang out. Like I think shelves are pretty good. But from a beginner's perspective, we're learning the main types of water. The different types of water will also help determine the type of presentation you need. And if you can't read water, you're not gonna know where the fish are. So you could be having a fantastic stick. You could be having a fantastic, cast and presentation, but if there's no fish where you are,
come on,
then it doesn't really matter.
All right, number 3, learn just a couple rivers in your area, 1 to 2 at most. learn what type of fish you're going after in that river. Where are they in the river? Are they going to be in pockets? Are they in seams? What flies work in that river too? What type of food they're eating, where they're hanging out, all that stuff. Everything we've been talking about, just learn how to fish those rivers. Ignore this mess I have
You're
on
gonna make it worse. I swear though, you have a special skill.
of getting some gnarly knots. We're good. Bottom.
I don't know, it's fighting pretty hard. No.
Another thing, learn how to get your flies out of snags.
Oh God. Is it coming?
Got it.
Did we lose any?
We got them.
Boom,
I might
baby.
adjust my depth here real quick so I don't lose them. So just get familiar with your river. We have a big river here where we are. So what we've also learned to do is just break it into sections. Fish small sections of the river, almost like it's a grid pattern. And you're like, okay, I'm gonna fish this grid today or these 4 grids today. And we're just gonna get really good at this specific type of water.
Number 4, as we've said multiple times, fly fishing can get complicated so very fast. And I mean, in terms of what flies should I use? What gear should I get? And this might sound super obvious, but from a beginner's perspective, it's extremely overwhelming. And you're constantly asking yourself, what do I actually need? What do I actually should spend my money on? And go so simple to start. As Spencer kind of mentioned, find a couple flies that work for you, right? You hear all about match the hatch, but when you're first starting off, find what works. And if it's just a couple of the generic pheasant tails, copper johns, prince nymphs, whatever it might be, get those and work with them. You don't have to have 100 different type of fly patterns. What you need is something that works. And as you get better, you can add all of that stuff as you go. Additionally, don't overcomplicate it with a crap ton of all this gear. Get the bare minimum, get what you need, get good at that. Because if you're gonna have all this stuff on you that you don't even know how to use it, when to use it, you are making your life so difficult, not to mention spending unnecessary money. And something Spencer and I have truly, truly learned in this journey is less is more. We've talked to a lot of people who've been fly fishing for triple our lifetime. They have what works, they have the bare minimum, and they are catching fish all the frickin' time. So make your life simple, practice on the essentials, get the essentials, and you are gonna be perfect. The final, and I think the most important piece of advice we have is always bring dry socks. No, I'm just kidding.
Bring a change of socks.
Just kidding. I think everything is about mentality and perspective. So fly fishing can piss you the hell off if you let it, and I'm not gonna lie.
It probably will.
We have been pissed off. But the mentality of you don't always have to catch something, you're not always gonna catch something. But the only true failure is if you don't learn after every single trip. Spencer and I, we've come out, we have failed so many times. Hell, in all of our videos, you've seen us catch one fish. But every single time, we've learned something and we've come away with some piece of knowledge to help us in the future, to help us make us better anglers and gain more experience so that when everything comes together, it'll click.
I'll just say, for an example, this weekend we had some rain in the area.
So it is absolutely dumping right now. Oh, can y'all hear that?
That was some thunder. And it has caused all of these rivers around here to rise a lot. So one thing we've learned from this weekend is check the flows. If they are too high, it's gonna make fishing a hell of a lot harder than it is at normal levels.
Seeing on Google that it should return to normal within a week doesn't mean anything.
Nope, check the flows yourself.
So like we said, it's all about perspective. Allow fly fishing to make you a better person, right? Spencer and I are very competitive. We have done very hard things. We're not always the most patient. I sure as shit am not patient.
I have a little bit more of it.
Spencer's pretty patient. But allow fly fishing to make you better at observing, better at sitting, listening, watching, being present in nature, and not always just for instant gratification or that instant satisfaction. And you know, everything is about the glory, and if you don't catch a fish, you're failing. I feel like this goose is getting closer.
I know. Here's this goose that's been
He's been
hanging out with us this whole time while we're filming. He's been pretty chill though. He hasn't attacked yet.
Every single time you go out is an opportunity to learn, to be better. As a beginner, you can get pissed off so fast. You can say to hell with this shit, like I'm done.
Yeah.
Don't quit.
We've been there.
Yeah, we have so been there. Don't quit, don't give up. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to follow us on TikTok. We'll catch you in the next one.
Later.